Salutations, friends. Welcome back to my channel. You know what this video is, but currently me filming this video, I don't know what it is because it's a Scents from a Hat video. It has been months since I've done one of these and I figured it's time. So let's get into the video. If you are unfamiliar with what this is a silly, not to be taken seriously, please do not take it seriously, video where I come up with a random top list of fragrance recommendations based on pulling random adjectives and scenarios out of said hat. So the reason why I have to sit here and say please don't take it seriously is because some people think that this is a serious video. No, this is just silly, stupid fun. I will list and link all the other Scents from a Hat videos below. And also the reason why I said you know what this video is because I've obviously in the wherever the title of this video is and the thumbnail listed what the hat has chosen. So first things first, I have adjectives in this bag and I will choose the adjective. So it could be fruity, it could be spicy, it could be sexy. I do have one rule, and that rule is once I choose something out of the hat, that adjective and scenario is retired so it doesn't go back into the hat. So you will never see slippery springtime fragrances. You won't see pungent fragrances to pretend you're a wizard in your house. Those are all retired lists. I don't think we need to reevaluate those lists or revisit. So also, I like to let you guys know if you have any recommendations of adjectives or scenarios you would like in said hat. Let me know in the comment section below. So first things first, we're going to choose the adjectives. So sexy, fruity, sultry, boring, all that jazz. So I don't like to look, obviously, so it's going to be fruity. The choice is fruity. And then these are the scenarios. And sometimes I like to put in fun scenarios and sometimes I like to put in ridiculous scenarios like existential dread and pretending you're a wizard. But then other times it's like going to the club or, you know, specific times of year like springtime or Halloween or fall. So we'll see what fruity scents for what scenario is going to be. And this will also decide if it's going to be like a top 10 list or a top 5 list. And, oh! This is actually really good. So, impress your coworkers. And in here, I'm actually filming this part at the end of the video. I realized I regurgitate the same sentiment, but I'm going to put this in right now before we go into the actual list of fragrances. I'm going to be talking about sexy fragrances and, you know, obviously attention-grabbing fragrances. We're talking about fruity fragrances here. When I'm talking about like sexy fragrances and things like that, I'm talking about you boosting your own confidence. I'm not talking about being inappropriate in the workplace. A lot of times I'm not talking about flirting with coworkers or trying to woo coworkers. What I am talking about is you giving yourself a boost of confidence and wearing a fragrance that empowers you and makes you feel attractive and your best. When I'm talking about sexy, bold, and flirty, fruity fragrances in this video. So I didn't want you guys to think that I'm trying to get you to have like an office tryst. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. All right, back to the video. I think this was the easiest I've ever had choosing fragrances for one of these videos. So easy. Now, my choices were, first, I wasn't going to repeat fruits, which is why I decided to do 5, because I could redo, you know, cherry or citrus or apple. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to say, this is a great like tropical fruit, this is a great cherry, this is a great apple, and just stick with one fruit. I also wasn't worried about price point. So most of these are on the pricier side because I actually think that some of the originals over the dupes of these are better, but there is one that is full retail price. You pay over $100, but gray market you can find for like 20 bucks. That is exceptional. And I will save the best for last, and it will actually be that fragrance. So the first one, I will rank these as well. So the number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1. Number 5, fragrance, fruity fragrance to impress your coworkers. I think Cruz del Sur 2 from Xerjoff. The reason why I chose this one is mango is one of those notes that I think is not completely, really, truly explored in perfumery in a way that is done successfully. It is a tricky, sticky note. Can be a little bit too fruity, a little bit too tropical. It can come across too gimmicky sometimes. But when utilized in a way that's beautiful and luxurious and transportive, it smells so sexy and divine on the skin. It's absolutely surreal. And Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant would have been this fragrance, except that I like how more the mango is front and center in this fragrance than in Kenzo's Jungle L'Elephant. And I wanted to choose fragrances where the fruit was the primary component in the composition. Like the first thing you smell is the fruit. And in Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant, it is a beautiful, complex composition that has a gorgeous, unique mango note, but it is not front and center, which is why it is not in here, but it is most definitely could easily have been in the number 5 spot, because mango is beautiful, it's sexy, it's tropical, it's transportive, it's very fruity, but it's also like a very concentrated fruity smell. And what I love about Cruz del Sur 2 from Xerjoff is a lot of people ask if specific styles and notes could be masculine or feminine, and fruity fragrances, I find that those compositions lean more towards the types of fragrances you find marketed to women. But mango is so, I find it to be such a shared note. The fruitiness of it is so concentrated and so dense and so heavy. It doesn't smell masculine or feminine. It smells very shared. And what I like about this fragrance is it does have some aromatic qualities to it, but it has this beautiful, sexy, very attractive, creamy, lactonic, almost like a lassi or a milkshake quality to it, which I think would be so sexy on any gender, on anybody. And if you wanted to impress your coworkers in a way that didn't smell like you were trying too hard, but you smelled tropical and fruity, this is a beautiful, sexy fragrance. It's spectacular. Number 4 is from a Tom Ford, and it's Lost Cherry. Now, if you didn't want to spend the money, you could easily get the Banana Republic Dark Cherry and Amber. That one is absolutely gorgeous, and full retail price, I think it's like $85. You can find it again much cheaper, variety of different places. But I still am wickedly obsessed with Lost Cherry. I like this one a lot because of the fizzy booziness it has on the skin, and there's just something very sexy and attractive about this. And the first time I smelled this really just captured just something that I needed in my collection, a love of cherry and a missing hole in my collection of cherry fragrances. Now, cherry on my skin can kind of pull barbecue saucy, and for some people they could be like, yes, please. For me, I don't mind that note, but I do like it to be more fizzy, more boozy, maybe more kind of Dr. Pepper root berry, but this doesn't really pull that much on me. It's more of like a cherry pop, cherry soda smell. There's just something about it that's really beautiful, and then there is an almond note in here that I think makes it smell a little bit more elevated, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more luxurious, and for the price point, it better smell that way. I also really love to pair and blend this with Baccarat Rouge. The extrait, the addition of the bitter almond note really kind of marries both of them together. It smells really sexy and powerful and different, works really well. But I think if you're looking for something very sexy to wear to work, if you're trying to, have that kind of cherry allure, I think this is a gorgeous one to impress your coworkers with. Now, not all citruses have to be sexy. Not all citruses have to be bold. Not all citruses have to be, hey, here I am. Some of them can be refreshing. To impress your coworkers, it could be just that you smell really nice. You walk into a room and you smell fresh and energized and revitalized. Not all compliments have to be in a relationship to woo and to like come hither, and I'm bad at words. You guys know that. Sometimes impressing your coworkers could just be that you found the right fragrance for the right time of year and they enjoy the way that you smell and it's appropriate. And sometimes that's fresh, work appropriate fragrances. And so if you think of fresh and energizing, revitalizing, bright citrusy scents for, you know, work for your coworkers to be like, hey, I like the way you smell. It smells really nice. You have good taste in fragrances. You'll think like lemon and bergamot, but I actually enjoy the pomelo in my life. And this is Pomelo Paradis from Atelier Cologne. This is gorgeous. This is one of my favorite fragrances from the house. And again, this is one of the easier fragrances from this list, and also one of the fragrances that is more work appropriate. Going to be trying to impress your coworkers with bold, attractive, attention grabbing fragrances. This is more of a scent if you're trying to impress them with things that are energizing and fresh, and I'd say more professional smelling fragrance actually, especially if you're working someplace that's very hot, maybe the AC's broken, or you work in a type of environment where you're maybe going out and meeting people. You know, some people's jobs you have to meet with clients, some people's jobs you have to go and travel, you know, go to business trips. So maybe you're going to business trips in areas that are hot or humid, or maybe you're having meetings in places where the air conditioning doesn't work. So you want to impress the people around you by smelling fresh and professional and ready to go, and something like this would be beautiful. Now, when I'm talking about impressing, it's not about flirting or being unprofessional in the workplaces. Some people like to smell a little sexier because it's something that empowers them and gives them confidence. So fragrances like Lost Cherry, fragrances like Cruz del Sur too, those are very sexy, empowering, and confident boosting fragrances. It doesn't mean that somebody is trying to be unprofessional in the workplace, but they're trying to impress their coworkers by having a boost of confidence in the way that they smell. And I think another confidence boosting fragrance that will also impress your coworkers is a boozy fragrance. But you don't want something that just smells like you're doused in liquor. So there's a difference between smelling like you're drowned in booze and smelling boozy and sexy. And I love Apple Brandy on the Rocks from by Kilian. Now, the reason why I chose this is, first, this scent is gorgeous and sexy, another beautiful shared fragrance. The apple note in here is just front and center, but it does have a nice balance of almost like a sharp, almost vodka-like booziness to it. A bit of a brandy kick, but it does kind of smell like you're having that burn from having like a shot of vodka or something. And I think that that adds something to this fragrance that smells very sexy. It's again very energizing, but there's something very confident about Apple Brandy on the Rocks from Kilian. And what I like about this is it's sexy, it's confident, it's boozy, but it's still professional smelling. So this is something that you could wear again at a meeting. This is something you could wear meeting with clients. This is something you could wear to boost your confidence if you just have a lot of work to do at the office or at home. And this is something when people are going to smell it on you, they're going to really enjoy it. And again, being a fruity fragrance, it is apple dominant. I talked about boozy fragrances, work appropriate, professional smelling citrus bright fragrances, some sexy, powerful, confident, complementary, fruity fragrances. But if I had to choose a fragrance that would impress coworkers, something that smells professional, something that's going to work very well in a variety of different professional environments. So if you work someplace where there's not a lot of AC, if it's broken, or if you're going about town to meet with clients or different people that you work with, going on business trips, if you're looking for something to wear that is perfect to give you a little va-va-voom, to kind of give you a little pep in your step, that boost of confidence to help you get through the workday, that will be work appropriate, but will also smell beautiful and impress your coworkers. This one full retail price is like $135 or $125 for a retail price, but again, you can find this gray market real cheap. Lalique Amethyst, and this is a beautiful berry dominant fragrance, and it's one of my favorites. And this is one of them that I don't know why it took me so long to get this. This bottle in and of itself was sent to me to review, but this is a fragrance I've loved forever, and I don't know why it took me forever to finally get this bottle, because you can find it some places for like $25. So first and foremost, berries. And berries just smell beautiful. So as a fruity berry fragrance, prominent front and center, it's going to be fruity. Why I think this is work appropriate is because the berries are almost like you're getting a bush, you're getting like the thorns and the leaves, and you're not just getting like a pie, even though it does smell like a really delicious, expensive pie. But because it just doesn't smell like sweet body mist, it does have some layers to it. I think what that does, it makes it smell professional and very sexy and very confident and attractive. But again, when I'm talking about being sexy, confident and attractive, I'm not talking about being anything other than giving yourself a boost of confidence when you go into work. These are fruity fragrances that are boosting my confidence and making me feel good, and they're impressing my coworkers because they smell really good and they're work appropriate. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to say. And Amethyst from Lalique, I think, has most everything in it. It's fruity first and foremost. I think it smells professional, but at the same time, it has that sexy boost of confidence that fruity fragrances can definitely give you. And at the same time, there's something about it that berry dominant fragrances really have, which is attention grabbing, just allure. Berries just smell really sexy, really beautiful, and really complimentary on a lot of different people. And it's a profile that people are very familiar with and people really tend to love. People love the smell of berries. People love the smell of florals and woods. Berries is the type of fruit that people are just like, that smells delicious. Mango, that's why it was at the bottom. Some people are like, I don't know how I feel about mango, but a lot of people, not everyone, a lot of people love the smell of berries. And if you want a professional but still very beautiful, confident boosting, impressing your coworkers fragrance, berry fragrance, fruity fragrance, I love Amethyst from Lalique. So yeah. So that is my Scents from a Hat video, and I hope you enjoyed these picks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know what you guys think. Do you agree with my choices? Do you disagree with my choices? Do you have your own fragrances to add? What fruity fragrances would you wear to the workplace to impress your coworkers? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.